son than Newark, New Jersey was. And so I made that choice to stay, despite of what my parents thought, what my mother thought, what my dad thought, what my sisters and family members thought. I had to do what was best for me and my son. And so as single mothers, I think you all can understand that sometimes we have to do things that are in the best interest of our child. So staying in Clarksville was in the best interest of my child. Well, I'm in a different milestone than some of you. My son is now 21, and he is a junior at Murray State University. Please cherish the years that you have your little ones right now. Because when they turn 21, they don't call you unless they need money, unless the battery goes out in their car, unless they just need, something from Walmart. Or, Mom, did you pay my tuition? That is when you will hear from your child at 21. So while they are 6, love on them and hug them and make them feel so special, because you won't hear from them when they turn 21. Just so you know, okay? Now, I was told that my assignment was to speak to you all about time management. And I am going to do that. But as I was sitting earlier in my prayer time, in my meditation time, and my prayer is always, okay, let me decrease so that, God, you increase, so that your spirit increase, so that it's not me, it is you that's speaking. And the thing was happy mom and time management. So I wrote 12 things down that I thought through my research, through my coaching, that would help a mom, some things that happy moms do. And it's okay if I share them with y'all before we go into time management. Okay, now I didn't hear everybody's name, but I know I heard Erica, I know I heard Dominique, and I know I heard Leah. Okay. Shanria. Monica. Ray. And the lady back here was Michelle. Okay? I learned that through Dale Carnegie, remembering people's names. The old adage is a person's name is the sweetest sound to that person. Okay? So if you can make a habit of remembering somebody's name, associate something with them. I remember your name was Leah because I looked at your dress and I saw lavender. So I went, Leah Lavender. Okay, Dominique, I remember your name because you have short hair like me, and I immediately thought of Dawn. Erica, I know your name because we talk all the time. And Michelle Steele, who's not in the room right now, I looked at her wrist and saw her bracelets and thought of steel bracelets, and that's how I made the association. Whenever you want to remember somebody's name, make an association about something they have on, something they're wearing, something that said, some kind of feature that will help you remember the person's name. Is that okay? All right. Okay, so, is that what? Was that you? Oh, word association. 12 things I want to share with you all about being a happy mother before we go into time management. These are just some things I wrote down this morning in my prayer and meditation time. First thing that I noticed about single mothers and happy mothers is we are fully engaged. We are fully engaged with what's going on with our children. We are fully engaged with what's going on in our lives. We're fully engaged with what's going on with our bodies. We are fully engaged with what goes on in our neighborhoods. When we are happy mothers, we live in the moment. We take every moment and we enjoy every minute of it. One of my affirmations that I always say is, tomorrow may not come, and yesterday is gone, so give me this day my daily bread. And so I make sure that I'm living in the moment right now, fully engaged. Whatever is going on in my life is not as important as me being here, giving you all my undivided attention, giving you all my spirit, giving you all everything that you need for us to thrive as single mothers. So happy mothers, we live in the moment because we are fully engaged, okay? All right. Happy mothers pursue their goals, regardless to what the obstacles are. My goal was to always be the first person in my family to get a graduate degree, to get a college degree, no less. And although I was a single mother and I was getting WIC and I didn't know from one end to another, I'm in the military defending this country wearing the uniform and I'm getting WIC, okay? But my goal still did say the same. One day I'm going to graduate college. I'm going to be a college graduate. I'm going to be the first person in my family to graduate college. And of course, through trial and error, through years and tears, I mean, I remember the days when my son and I would be sitting at the table together doing our homework. How you sit there with your child? You supposed to be helping your child. Okay? Happy mothers, we pursue our goals. What is your deepest desire? Do not use your children or your child as a reason why you still cannot pursue your goals. You still can be that baker. You still can be that teacher. You still can be that millionaire. You still can be whatever it is you want to do. What you have to do now is include the child into the dream. Include your child into the dream. Your children are not a holdup. Okay? Now, we may have to, going back to being fully engaged, live in the moment and raise our child and do things that will cause us to grow small until we reach that goal. But happy mothers pursue goals. We pursue dreams. How do we pursue dreams? We pursue them smart. Our dreams need to be in writing. From this day forward, whatever goal you have, whatever dream you have, I want you to write it down. Does anybody know the acronym SMART? Has everybody heard SMART? I am going to write it down for you. See, I knew I was going to need this paper. From now on, my sisters of Thrive Alliance, when you are ready to achieve a goal, I don't care what the goal is. I don't care if the goal is buying a car or saving $5,000 in the bank. It does not matter what the goal is. This formula works all the time for every situation. The first thing you must be in achieving your goals is you must be specific. What is it that I want? It's not enough to say, I want to lose 10 pounds. It's not enough to say, I want to buy a home. You have to be specific. What type of home do you want to buy? How much do you want to pay for the home? What neighborhood would you like the home to be in? Where do you want to live? How long? Be as specific as possible for your goal. The next thing is you want it to be measurable. How do I measure success? What does the goal look like? When I achieve it, what does it look like? When I lose those 20 pounds, how do I measure it? I measure it because my clothes are now loose. I measure it because now I have more energy. I measure it because I'm able to run around with the kids now. Make it measurable, okay? Then you want to make sure that it is, action. All right? You want to make sure that it's action-oriented. I'm going to do this at this time, doing this way. Action. Put some movement to it, okay? You want to make sure it is realistic. Right now, if anybody can say by next week, I am going to put $1 million in the bank, we're all going to look at you like you're crazy. Okay, now if you say in 10 years, I want to have $1 million or $500,000 or $200,000 in my 401k, that's realistic. We can believe that that can happen in 5 years, in 10 years, okay? And then you want to make sure that it is time-based. How long? How long do you want to get there? Okay, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 2 weeks. Doesn't matter what the goal is. Just make sure that your goal is smart. Okay? All right. So, happy mothers pursue their goals. The next thing, happy mothers connect with people. What you all are doing right here is fantastic. There are so many single mothers right now who say, I don't like anybody. I don't want to be around anybody. I can't say, I just be by myself. It's just me and my kids. You know what? No. No. It really does take a village. I could not have raised my son in Clarksville, Tennessee, with no family, by myself, had it not been for the village that came around me. My friend Tim taught my son how to ride a bike. My friend Shauna kept my son at night while I worked as an overnight cashier at Walmart. My pastor came over and helped my son, taught him how to tie a tie. That was my village. Now, in this craziness world that we have here, we know we can't have everybody around our kids. But you have to have that mother instinct inside of you that said, my child is safe with this person right here. And that person is your village. You have to have a support system. And Thrive Alliance was not around when I was raising my son. So I had to create my village. And I created my village through my church and through my neighbors. My neighbors would make sure that my son got off the bus. To this day, I've been living in the same house for 16 years. My neighbors are snitches, let me tell you. Let somebody come up to my house and I'm not home. My neighbor will make sure I know about it. Did you know that such and such? There was some man at your house today. He was looking at your room. Oh, yeah, it's okay. You know, we don't even know who our neighbors are anymore. But when you are a happy mother, you connect with people. You make sure that people know where you are. There's too many stories now on the news of single mothers where the kids are in the house hungry, don't know anything, and the mom is in the bed and she's gone and passed away. And nobody knows about it because mom didn't connect with anyone. Find one or two people to connect. This is where our happiness comes from. It really does take a village. Your children, our children, need us to be emotionally healthy. And when somebody can help you, it takes the stress away. So now you're not fussing at the kids. Oh, get out of my face. Don't tell me I don't do that because I do. Okay. Happy mothers do not compare themselves to other people. Do not compare themselves. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. You are exactly who you were created to be. There's a book that I recently read, and the author talks about the creative mind and the the competitive mind. Okay? He said the competitive mind is a person that looks at everyone else and summons in their mind that there's a scarcity or there's a lack in their own lives. And so they have to go to somebody and go look at another person, see what they have, and compete with them. When you're a happy mother, you don't have to compete with anyone because you know exactly who you are. Then the other side is the creative mind. A happy mother with a creative mind will go in there and she will create something out of nothing because instinctively that's who we are. We create. So happy mothers, you do not have to compare yourselves to anyone. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. And you are exactly who you were made to be. So you don't have to look to your sister, to your left, to your right. Because a competitive mind says that she has more than I want. Has anybody ever seen the movie When Harry Met Sally? Okay, yeah, I'm telling my age. Don't laugh, all right? I am telling my age. There's a scene in the movie When Harry Met Sally, when Harry has taken Sally on a date and they're sitting at the restaurant. And all of a sudden, Harry asks her, does she want something? And she goes, yes, 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 yes. And the old lady at the other table goes, I'll have what she's having. That's the same thing with competing with someone else. You don't have to say, I think she has what I want. You can say, I'll have what she's having. So happy mothers, don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. Okay? Happy mothers have boundaries. Happy mothers have boundaries. People, your child's father, your obligations at work, your boss, your siblings, everybody is pulling at you all the time. Okay? And sometimes, because we're mothers and because we're women, it's really difficult for us to say no sometimes, isn't it? But if you want to be a happy, happy mother, there's only one word you need to learn, and that is no. That is no. No, I cannot. No, I cannot do it. Have boundaries on your relationships. From this day forward, henceforth and forevermore, under the sound of my voice, you will never, ever, ever again let anybody control you, abuse you, or mistreat you. Never again. The only way someone can make you feel inferior is if you let them. And the only way that you don't let someone make you feel inferior is to put boundaries on that relationship. Okay? Boundaries. Boundaries will stop it all. When you change your world, everything